What is up, people? My name is Shoquafina, and I'm the coach of your Lake Huron Lanturns here in Week 7 of the NBA. Welcome to our battle video against Shykiyrm. I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just calling him Shy because I don't know how to pronounce that. And we can see his team right here. He's bringing the Talonflame, the Vullaby, which is actually very surprising for myself, the Metagross, Shykiyrm Black, Regirock, and the Sableye. So I'm really surprised to see that Vullaby there. I was really expecting a lot of other things to be in that slot there, but that's absolutely fine because it can't really do too much to me. It's probably just there for defog purposes, and as long as I can keep my rockets up on the field and get rid of that, I should be doing pretty okay. I have a lot of things to deal with it, so I'm not too worried about it. Other than that, he has the Mega Sableye there, which of course we're running our not defensive, but bulky Mold Breaker Excadrill there to Toxic that thing, get Stealth Rocks up in its face. And I'm actually going to lead with that because I'm expecting him to lead with the Sableye to Mega Evolve as soon as possible. There's my Screwdriver, and there is his Talonflame. So I can't stay in here. I show him that I'm Mold Breaker. So now he knows for his Sableye. I can set up Stealth Rocks on its Mega. I can also Toxic him, which is very good for me. But I have to switch out here. I don't want to take any moves from this Talonflame, so I just go ahead and go right out into my T-Tar as he goes out into his Vullaby. So, or Vullaby, I don't know what it is. Is it Vullaby? Vullaby. Okay, I don't know. So he goes out to his Vullaby. I don't know this Pokemon very well. And I set up my stand. Obviously, I can't use that with my Excadrill this game because I am Mold Breaker, not Sand Rush. But this thing's here. I have no problem dealing with this thing. But I do switch out on it into my Excadrill so I can set up rocks. I know this thing can't really do much to me. And plus, Toxic, I'm immune to it, so there you go. He actually goes for a Foul Play and gets a crit right off the bat. That does a tremendous amount of damage to me on my rocks, and that's very unfortunate for me. Just first attack of the game, that critical hit, does so much damage, and yeah, I'm not a fan of that. I need to switch out. I go right out into my Laundromat, take another Foul Play. And I just go for Volt Switch here. We see that does an incredible amount of damage to his Vullaby. I think this thing's just out here to get sacked, to be honest. Just defog, get rid of rocks, and then sack. But I actually switch here, predicting another switch. He doesn't switch. I take the Foul Play, and I just go for another Volt Switch here on the Metagross, which does about half. So I'm putting in a lot of work there with my Rotom. The Intimidate doesn't do anything, but I know I can go for the Sucker Punch and 2-hit KO, even though Zen Headbutt does a lot to me. Metagross goes down, takes Hitmontop, who's been absolutely just racking up the kills, man. Hitmontop's been just killing everything in sight. He goes out into Sableye here, and I don't want to get Will-O-Wisp, so I go right out into my Bulma. As he goes for an Ominous Wind, gets another critical hit, and yeah, I just go for the Wish here. He switches out into the Vullaby again, and we get a free kill on this Vullaby. He's pretty much just sacking it off at this point. So we go for the Moonblast, knock that thing out, as we show that we are not Scarf or anything of the like. And he goes out into his Talonflame. I have to switch out here. I go out into my Godzilla because I just completely wall this thing. As he goes for the Brave Bird, you can see that does hardly anything. He takes almost as much from Recoil and Sand as I take from his Brave Bird. He shows Protect, which leads me to believe he's also going to have Roost, maybe Will-O-Wisp as well, or Bulk Up, something along those lines. But yeah, he just hard switches out into his Regirock, takes the Stone Edge. Not very well, might I add, because this is Banded T-Tar. It does an incredible amount of damage to everything. He sets up his rocks on my Laundromat as I switch, and I just go here for the Volt Switch again, just to get momentum. I go right back out into my Gardevoir on his Mega Sableye. He doesn't want to take a Moonblast with this, because it will go down, so he has to go out into his Talonflame to take the Moonblast. That brings it to about half. So I'm predicting the Roost right here, to be honest. I just go out to my Godzilla to set the Sand back up to hurt his team. And there's the Roost right there. So he might Protect or U-turn or Switch. I predict the Switch and go for the Pursuit there. He stays in and protects to scout me. He knows I'm banded at this point. He goes for the Brave Bird. Doesn't do anything. I go for the Pursuit, and it does a tremendous amount of damage. 2-hit KO on this thing, even if it doesn't switch. So he goes for the Roost, and we can tell from that damage plus the Sand that we are winning that battle. We do more damage to him than he gets health back with the Roost. So now it just becomes a Roost kind of stall game here. I'm just going to keep clicking Pursuit because I have no reason not to. He goes for the U-turn, doesn't knock me out, and then the Pursuit knocks out the Talonflame. So right off the bat, we're up 6-3 on this, on Shy. Two of his big threats there, the Talonflame and the Metagross, go down very early. His only form of hazard removal is gone, so we're looking very good right now. And now here I make a play that I probably shouldn't have made, to be in all honesty. I decided to sack my T-Tar here. I probably should have sacked my Hitmontop, but yeah, I probably should have sacked my Hitmontop, or maybe even my Excadrill there. But yeah, I decided to let my T-Tar go down here. I honestly don't think it would have made a difference on the outcome of the battle, but just kind of looking back, it's one of the things I would have changed, to be honest with you. But I go into my Bulma here because a Moonblast threatens this thing out, and it does switch out. And he sacks off his Sableye, so we're up 5-2 at the moment. We're looking really, really, really good. He goes out into this thing as I go right out into my Laundromat again. The Toxic doesn't really do too much to me. I just go ahead and go for the Hydro Pump, and that's obviously going to be enough to knock this thing out. So we're up 5-1 as he sends out his Shykiyrm here, and this is looking really good for me. I feel like I have it right in the bag. The Moonblast from this, I have the Iron Head on, or the Moonblast from the Bulma, I have Iron Head on Screwdriver, I have Close Combat on my Dr. Dreidel, all things that hit this thing super effectively. I feel like I should be okay. I outspeed with my Laundromat since I'm Scarfed, but I missed the Hydro Pump, which is kind of unfortunate, and he sets up a sub. So right there, that tells me it's pretty much over. And then I die to Toxic, so yeah, that was just a horrible series of events. I miss a Hydro Pump when I needed one. He sets up a sub for free. I die to the Toxic. And now I have to go out into my Dr. Dreidel and try to break this thing's sub with a Sucker Punch. Because I don't have Mach Punch this week. Don't ask me why. I just felt like Sucker Punch was better because he had the Metagross and it's super effective. So I go down to an Ice Beam there. I do not outspeed with Little Romeo. I go down to an Ice Beam there. I go out into my Screwdriver here. I Mold Breaker, and there's no Sand, so even if I was Sand Rush, it wouldn't matter. I go down to an Ice Beam there. And I go out into my Bulma here as kind of a last resort kind of thing. I need to be able to take 2 hits. I can take an Ice Beam, but he's faster, so it wouldn't matter. And he has the Iron Head anyway. So, yeah, that's how that works, guys. That's how you get swept by a Shykiyrm Black behind a sub when you have nothing fast enough to knock it out. And that's also what happens when you miss a Hydro Pump and get crit 2 times early in the game. But I'm not complaining about that. We were up 5-1. If I would have had any speed investment to make sure I outsped that Shykiyrm Black, I would have been able to pick up the victory there. Or just even Mach Punch on Hitmontop, predicting sub Shykiyrm Black. That would have been enough to secure me the victory as well, I think. Or at least help out tremendously with it. So yeah, that's a very unfortunate way. I was kind of salty after losing this match just because I was doing so well, and then I just kind of crapped it all away with my poor planning of sub Shykiyrm Black. Because I did not think once when I was building this team that he was going to bring Substitute on Shykiyrm Black. I don't know why I didn't think that. I thought it was bringing 4 attacks or 3 attacks Roost. I never once thought of sub, so this loss is completely on me and poor planning. That's all it is, guys. But yeah, so we lose week 7. We fall to 3-4 in the NBA. You know, yeah, not the best record in the world. We're still gonna make a push for playoffs, though. We can just win a few more victories here. I say if we win the next 3 out of our, if we win 3 out of our next 5 matches, we'll still be looking really good for playoffs. Because there's only 5 matches left. There might only be 5 matches left, so we need to pick up some W's. But that's gonna be it for me, guys. Shy just completely swept us with that Shykiyrm Black. I can't really do much about that, or I could have if I planned properly, but I didn't. So there you go. My name's Shoquafina, and I'm out.